friends, my name is Victoria and welcome back to another video. This shirt looks worse on camera, I can promise you that. So I come to you today with no game plan, just very good intentions, and I hope that's enough. Essentially, I've been wanting to talk about a lot of different things, and then yesterday something linked them all together almost perfectly, except I'm worried that when I start talking about it, it's not gonna make sense. So essentially, the theme of today is like passion and love and what it means to be fundamentally Victoria, but with a pop culture lens, because that's all I talk about here. Essentially, what kicked this off is yesterday, John Mulaney was on the Stephen Colbert show. I love both of those people. That's a whole other thing. The interview was phenomenal. It was kind of exactly what I want to do with my life, just in terms of like why I'm pursuing entertainment journalism and why I care about art in the first place. I recommend you listen to that entire conversation because it was very intelligent and funny and cool. But what really stuck out to me was Stephen asked a really good question based on something John had said he liked in the past. That's just generally good journalism. John gave a phenomenal answer. He said something to the effect of, I am at my core a very happy person and I am willing to live my life in whatever way I want if I can protect that. Something like that. I was super duper touched by that, put it in the back of my head. Then later that night I went on Snapchat, which is questionable for a girl my age, but I have streaks that are in the 2000s, so it's a little warranted. Essentially, every day since I first got Snapchat, which is God knows when, I have been talking to myself on that app. It's essentially my diary, and if someone ever got that, I might as well not live anymore. Snapchat will show you memories of things you have saved in the past. So I was going through videos I had made 2 years ago yesterday, and I said something that actually was very related to what John was saying and was very related to how I feel in this current moment, and I'm not going to show you the video because I looked ugly, but I'm gonna play you the audio because I think it's kind of cool. I'm really proud of the way I've matured. I think I am still fundamentally Victoria. Like if you knew me from like 5th grade and up, I'm still who I am. I think that the person I started to become as I grew up is still, for the most part, who I am today. She's not wrong. She's actually kind of intelligent, and that's because she's fundamentally me. There's a lot you can take away from that. I guess primarily that I sounded equally annoying 2 years ago today. But what I think is interesting is that that does tie a lot into what John was saying and is relevant to what I am thinking today. Fundamentally, Victoria is pretty enthusiastic, way too invested in film and theater and television and music and entertainment in general, and she likes to care about things. I am very passionate about everything, and I think that if you saw me from 5th grade onwards or whatever I said, that is still true. There are things that I did 2 weeks ago that I regret so badly I wish I was dead, and I have grown a lot in the however many years I have been this person, but I do think that at my core I am the same. And so today I want to talk a bit about what I'm passionate about today, what I was passionate about in the past, how they are connected, how they are the same, and just what it means to be me in terms of being someone who cares too much about art. So let's try it. Okay, so I've been wanting to make a video on Dancing with the Stars for forever. It is my favorite show, and it has conveniently been my favorite show for like forever because it's been around essentially since I was born, and my mom has been watching it since I was very, very little, and so I was very, very little, and I watch it now. I could count on my hand the amount of people my age who are also Dancing with the Stars fans, and by count on my hand I mean one finger, because I know one person my age who likes Dancing with the Stars. But Dancing with the Stars to me represents everything I love about society, and I wish more people appreciated it. So I want to talk about why it has always mattered, and specifically why this season is so slay. I grew up dancing. I did it for like maybe over a decade, but I don't even think that's the main draw of it to me. The appeal of Dancing with the Stars to me is watching someone come in, whether they have zero dance experience or a lot of it and are pretending they have no dance experience, but you didn't hear me say that part, turn into someone really incredible and really cool alongside someone who is very good at what they do, and then watching the person who is very good at what they do become a changed person because of the other person. It's about partnership, it's about friendship, it's about maturity. Something that has always surprised me is that Dancing with the Stars struggles at getting big names, and like I recognize why. It's because the people who are actually very famous actually have things to do. But I'm surprised more people aren't willing to give the show a try, because if you've ever seen one season, one episode. The people who come into this show come out a better person. All anyone ever talks about is how good their Dancing with the Stars experience was. At least the people who actually put something into it, because you put in what you get out, or you get out what you put in, or something. At the end of every Dancing with the Stars episode, 2 couples are placed in the bottom 2, and one of them is going to be sent home because they either suck or America doesn't like them, or some combination of the two. Even if these people suck at dancing and they never want to do it again and they don't want to be here again and they don't want to go through this ever, they are crying and sobbing legitimate tears because in that moment they don't want to leave because their experience was worth, I guess I was trying to say it's worth nothing. Like it's invalid, like it's the, like you can't put money on that even though they do get paid a lot. No one other than these people will know what it's like to be on this show. I wish I knew what it was like to be on the show, but all I can do is watch it and dream and wish, and I just don't think you guys get it. My words are failing, but my examples will not, because I believe that the best embodiment of everything this show is about is the current pro Daniela Karagosh, her first name's Daniela, and she is the best thing that has ever happened to this series. This is Daniela's fourth season on the show right now, and even though she's only won once, which is still pretty major considering it's her 4th year here, she has done exceptional things for this series that you cannot even really put into words. Daniela's one mirror ball win so far was with Iman Shumpert, who is a athlete of some sort. I'm not really in that field, but he had 0 dance experience and he won because Daniela is everything this show is about. She takes her partners and she coaches them and she builds to their strengths exactly, and she makes them love dance because she loves dance, and everyone walks out of that show a better person if they are with her, even if they don't win. But if you want to see this happening in real time, you have to watch her this season right now with Jason Mraz. Jason Mraz is a little more gifted than some of her previous partners in terms of like right off the bat. He's a musician. He does not really have dance experience, but he is like a theatrical kind of guy, so it's like in his blood or whatever. But the point is, you can see in just 3 episodes, because I'm filming this when only 3 episodes are out, but it'll probably be up when 4 episodes are out, and you can do with that what you will, that he is phenomenal. And it's mainly because Daniela choreographs to his strengths, and Daniela cares about his growth, and Daniela is perfect, and I wish we were, well, there are so many intricacies to Dancing with the Stars, and I realize I'm probably not describing it or like capturing it to the best of my ability. Sometimes there's a push for internal drama, or sometimes the judges are just acting weird, and sometimes a celebrity who is very good and very genuinely deserves to be there will be voted out within 2 weeks because their voting system doesn't make a ton of sense. Regardless, I think that if you were to go on YouTube and watch just Daniela's partner growth and ignore every other aspect of the show if you wanted to, you might actually find something to care about here, because it's not about dancing, at least not for me. I care about the growth, and I have always cared about the growth because fundamentally, Victoria, I'm tying it back to the thing this was supposed to originally be about that I kind of forgot about, she cares about things, and she likes seeing friendship and partnership and something like that. To stay on brand, Victoria has always liked Dancing with the Stars, and it has always been in a more heartfelt way than any other person will ever understand. So let's move on to our next topic of whatever the hell, Sugar Pine 7. I do have a video already where I talk about Sugar Pine 7 a bit, but you're not gonna watch that because I was ugly back then. The main idea is that Sugar Pine 7 is a light comedy YouTube group that has not really existed for years now, but it meant a lot to me in like 7th and 8th grade, and I think that it maybe saved my life, and I come back to it all these years later constantly, and it does the same thing it did for me then. So why is that? And fundamentally, what does that have to do with me, you know? I've been a comedy girl for as long as I've understood what that concept is. I think that I'm in a weird way most moved by funny things. Sugar Pine 7 is outstandingly funny, but it also is a lot more than that, and it all kind of ties back to growth again. So basically, I watched this thing turn into like a kind of funny like haha vlog to a very legitimate production, and I watched them win awards, and I watched this whole fan base kind of swarm around, and I watched their minds work in a way that no other showrunner has ever worked, because in so many ways it is not a show, but in so many ways it is nothing like anything YouTube or any social media company has ever produced ever, and it's because they're all geniuses and you guys just don't get it. I found Sugar Pine 7 when I was in middle school, so I was not at all the same, and yet in so many ways I think that all of my aspirations at that time and like everything I wanted to be is exactly what I'm striving for now. And it's why I still love Sugar Pine 7 as much today when I rewatch it, because it's a show that thrived on community. And it was built by a very amazing group of friends who understood each other's minds in an unbelievable way. And like they bounce off of each other incredibly, comedically, but also like professionally. They were geniuses. And I wish constantly that it was still around. And yet also, I look at them individually and they're so successful in their own right. And it's like they knew exactly what they were doing because they prioritized their art and their mental health, and they just do amazing things because they're geniuses. And everything about that show and everything about that group of people is everything I have always wanted to be. And I wish I could do what they do, but instead I do this. You know, I talk to people about it and I talk to my phone about it because I don't know how to be as awesome as they are. And this is the next best thing. It's very, very fundamentally Victoria, just in the sense that my sense of humor has not changed at all, but also I'm still equally blown away by their work, and I still feel a very strong will to live when I see that creation like that is possible. And like you can look anywhere and like someone's being innovative, like it's not that, like I've never doubted that creativity is a thing, but sometimes you need to see something that is so insanely intelligent to think that like there's hope for the future. Because if you see something like that and you have an emotion like that and it's just from people being a little funny, I think that shows how much value there is in things that other people might think are stupid. Fundamentally, Victoria cares too much about what you do not give a, bleep about. I have a party to get to in like 30 minutes, so my final point is going to be something that I very recently became very passionate about, but I think reflects fundamentally the passion that has always existed in me for a very long time. Noah Kahan, he's a singer, a musician, you may say, and I found him on TikTok because I'm a loser. I heard Dial Drunk or like maybe some other song before that, but then I fell in love with his entire discography. I'm going to see him live in June, and listening to his lyrics has really helped me feel good about the emotions that I experience. So let's talk about that. Lyrically, Noah captures emotion and passion specifically in a very phenomenal way. And I've spent a lot of time lately before finding Noah, but also even more so now that I'm in it, kind of doubting how intensely I feel things. And his music has helped me realize that that is okay, and that is fundamentally me. Believe it or not, the care that I have for every movie and TV show and band that I have geeked out over on this channel for 3 years has endured forever and applies to things that are not just entertainment. I care a lot about people and experiences and like my life in general, and I think that for a while I have felt like I was maybe burdened with the bigger heart, in the sense that like I always care about things more than other people do. And why is that? Like, why is it amongst my peers I am the person who loves them more, and that can be a scary thing. Once I overcame that, my new fear became that like the emotions I were experiencing were very specifically feminine. Like you hear a good heartbreak song and you hear a song where someone like loves wholly and deeply, and it's from your like Taylor Swifts and your Olivia Rodrigos, and it's like, do men even understand what it's like to feel as intensely as I do? And then Noah Kahan came along and he released incredible music. You listen to like She Calls Me Back and you're like, oh my god, like yeah, she does call you back. You are destroyed over a woman, and that can happen because anyone can feel things incredibly intensely, and everything I've ever experienced applies to other people because passion is not unique to me. Maybe the way that I feel things for specific things is different from other people. I am probably one of the only people who cares about Dancing with the Stars and Sugar Pine 7 as much as like anyone my age or ever does. Grammatically, I don't know if that made sense because I said so many words I don't remember what clause I started the sentence with. The point is, Noah Kahan has helped me realize that I can feel things to whatever extent I wish to. I don't think that made sense, but like the main idea still stands in terms of like fundamental Victoria. It's just a little different because while I love Noah Kahan, I'm not really talking about how much I love Noah Kahan. I'm talking about how much loving Noah Kahan has helped me realize it's okay to love other things strongly. I think I was just in a mindset where I felt like that was not an option for me, and then I happened to find it in a very amazing artist, and that's kind of what brought that out of me. But I really appreciate Noah and I love his work and I'm so obsessed with Stick Season right now. It's insane. And I'm glad that I found something that makes me feel better about fundamental Victoria. Like, that's part of why I have this channel. Like, the other day, my roommate and I were talking about how, like, I wish I was a famous social media star so I wouldn't have to have a real job. And she was like, well, yeah, it's like hard to make content that other people want to see. And then I was like, oh yeah, I guess I don't really do that. I don't really make content other people want to see. I made my channel specifically because I knew my friends were tired of me and I kind of wanted a place to put my thoughts. I am proud of the thoughts that I have and I'm proud of the extent to which I care about things. I'm rambling so much and I actually don't even know if I'm gonna make this video at all. I need to see what happens when I edit it because I feel like so much of this was just me like jambling and I don't know what's going on, but also low-key that's all of my videos and I'm pretty sure that no one ever actually watches my videos to the end. I appreciate all of you and I appreciate that you let me be me. Obviously if I was a bigger YouTuber, things would be different. I would actually have like standards to meet, but because my community is rather small and mostly people I know from high school, I have the freedom to be as weird and annoying as I wish. And that is fundamentally Victoria. And that's why I'm gonna keep doing what I do. I love you. I appreciate you watching this. I really have to go to a birthday party. So that's why this whole outro is a mess, because I so genuinely have no idea what's going on anymore. I'll see you soon probably, and my next video will be coherent, I would guess. Okay, bye. Well, I've been wanting to make a video, okay, minutes, so well, I come, oh my god, okay. It was super duper oh my god, okay.